This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now is the news for November 20th, 2023. First of all, I've had things on my desk the whole time I've been filling in for Tom. Tom's out there in Hong Kong right now for World of Frozen opening. But I have this today. This is different than these wait time signs we've seen. This is Spaceship Earth. So Spaceship Earth plugs in, and you can also hang it on a wall. It's got a bunch of LEDs on it. You can activate it by pressing your magic band up to the side of it, or by pushing a button that activates an entire Beacons of Magic 3-minute show. So here we go. Let's see how far we can make it before it becomes too uncomfortable for both of us, maybe. But I'll get it started to see how far we can go. So you may recognize the music from Spaceship Earth. And you look at the cascading LEDs down there. It's very beautiful. And they will change colors. There's a number of colors that they can do. You can also control different smart outlets in your house with this device. I think it requires an add-on. Like I said, it comes with its stand. You can also mount it to the wall. And you can see it'll do the whole 3-minute long Beacons of Magic show that'll probably get me copyright ding on this show. I'm not really sure. We'll let it run for just a second so you can see some of the other colors, hear a little bit of the music on there. This is a very lovely gift. Just make a nice present for someone or something for yourself. Put it in your office, hang it on the wall. Like I said, it can control smart outlets if you want to do that. So if that's your thing, you want to do a smart house, this is good. It does not integrate with Alexa, but it does control most smart outlets. So you can go, to find out more information, you can go to wdwnt.link/MBR. The MBR is for Magic Band Reader, I guess. That's wdwnt.link/MBR. And if you use the code NEWS15, you can get 15% off. We're getting close to Black Friday. A lot of discounts online out there. So this would be a great one for you. Again, you can go there and use NEWS15 as your code. Get a discount. I'm going to unplug it because it's going to run for 3 minutes if I don't. And we have a lot to cover today. So pardon me, Jake, we can turn the lights back on now. And I'll just leave this here because it looks nice even when it's not plugged in. Even though it's not lit up, I think it's still beautiful. The Genie Plus service, which replaced the complimentary FastPass Plus, of course, as you know, at Disney World, has returned to its highest price point ever ahead of the Thanksgiving weekend. As one of the busiest times of the year, the price has been raised in accordance with their date-based dynamic pricing system. All parks are currently at their peak prices, the highest we've ever seen. Multiple parks, Valor with Park Hopper, that one's going to cost you $35. Magic Kingdom's $35. EPCOT is $28. Disney's Hollywood Studios is $32. And Disney's Animal Kingdom is $25. So if you're one of those turkeys like me that likes to go to the parks around Thanksgiving, just know the Genie Plus is going to cost you a little extra this time. TRON Lightcycle Run is showing its age just 8 months after opening in Tomorrowland section of Magic Kingdom. We recently noticed an extensive buildup of filth around the exterior of the high-speed roller coaster, which commenced general operations back in April of this year. Substantial amounts of what we're calling an unidentified dark substance have built up on many of the attraction's exterior structural and support beams. We found the largest buildup on the attraction's overhead canopy that covers the outside track, specifically near the point at which riders re-enter the show building. A dark brown, almost black matter now covered, we're calling it matter. It could be mildew, could be grime, could be mold. We don't really know, but it covers the once glistening white beams and details in this section of the ride. It's difficult to identify what exactly the buildup is. Like we said, it could be dirt, could be grime, could be mildew. We're not really sure. Some people in our comments section even said the train passes under there. Maybe it's soot from the train. Maybe, you never know. Like I said, those most significant buildups are in the shadowed areas, the areas that are in the shade and not in full sun all day. It's also present and noticeable directly underneath the opening in which guests re-enter the building. Like we said, look, we live in Florida. There's pretty much a constant war going on between man and nature. If we all left for a month, we probably wouldn't recognize the place when we got back if nobody were here with their weed whackers and their leaf blowers and all this stuff. My guess is that they based the maintenance for this ride off what happened in Shanghai, which is a totally different climate, and maybe they're just going to have to adjust accordingly because they're in Florida. Walt Disney World announced on their website the list of 16 food studios that will be available at the 2024 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts, as well as other dining locations that will offer exclusive food items. New this year is Cuisine Classique, a food studio near Test Track that offers carefully crafted classics like beef Wellington and roasted mussels, as well as flavorful beers or cocktails. Here are the other booths. The Artist's Table, that's at the American Adventure Pavilion. Cuisine Classique, as we just said, that's the new one. Craftsman's Courtyard, that's near Disney Traders. Deco Delights is near Port of Entry. The Deconstructed Dish, also near Port of Entry. El Artista Hambriento is by the Mexico Pavilion. Figment's Inspiration Station at the Odyssey. Art, Food, and Little Sparks of Magic. Goshiki, that'll be at the Japan Pavilion. Gourmet Landscapes in Canada. L'Art de la Cuisine Française in France. I know that a lot of you just watch this show only to see me try to pronounce French. It's almost as if I never was a linguist back in the day. L'Art de Mangiare, it's in the Italy Pavilion. The Painted Panda in the China Pavilion. Pastoral Palette in Germany. Pop Eats, also back there near Port of Entry, towards the front. Tangerine Cafe, Flavors of the Medina in the Morocco Pavilion. Vibrante Vivido, Encanto Cocina, that's between Morocco and France pavilions. Additional locations include Refreshment Port, that's near Canada. Refreshment Outpost. Funnel Cake, that's near the American Adventure. And Joffrey's, which actually has 4 locations. And also, don't forget Swirled Showcase. That's the new ice cream place in the former Starbucks near Canada. The 2024 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts takes place from January 12th through February 19th. As the 2023 EPCOT International Festival of the Holidays and general seasonal celebrations near at EPCOT, the Living with the Land attraction in World Nature neighborhood of the park is preparing for its festive overlay. My favorite. Holiday decorations have recently been installed throughout the attraction as it prepares its temporary transformation into Living with the Land glimmering greenhouses, which, according to the official Walt Disney World Resort website, will be available from November 24th through December 30th. Living with the Land has long received a holiday overlay of sorts, at least, with Walt Disney World Resort first starting to market it as a substantial festive offering back in 2019. The holiday refresh was dubbed Merry and Bright Nights that year, holding on to that moniker until it adopted the Glimmering Greenhouses name last year. Decorations first became visible in the tunnel. That's one you'll kind of exit when you get into the greenhouses. Festive lights have been wrapped around several trees and plants in the greenhouses, including the breadfruit tree, of course, that guests encounter shortly after exiting the tunnel. Some holiday lights were first added to the attraction back in late October. Multicolored lights have also been embedded in the sand along the side of the track. I saw those the other day. They weren't turned on yet. I was very excited, but they were there, but still kind of buried in the sand and not turned on. The fish tanks inside the aquaculture portion of the attraction have been lined with holiday lights. You may remember there's Christmas lights with fish and Christmas lights on shrimp and Christmas lights on tomato plant. And no, you don't watch news. If you don't watch WW News Tonight, you don't know that song. But then also they've added decor to the window by the Biotechnology Lab. That's where you get the stockings in the lab. Yeah, Living with the Land, that's my favorite holiday overlay. I like that it's sort of organic and homespun and small and not so big and corporate. I think it feels fun. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT and their team will design your next magical vacation from Walt Disney World or Disneyland to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. They're also able to book those unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free, so book today. We took a first look at the new 2023 Disney Jollywood Nights event for its inaugural version last week. After receiving some feedback from guests, the check-in location has changed this week, as well as the event lanyard and wristband colors. After the week of the 11th, the opening night, their singular location for check-in was at Mickey's Shorts Theater. It wrapped guests back to the entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. People were very happy about that. Disney has modified the check-in location, and on this past Saturday, it had two, including the Star Wars launch bay. The second location for check-in is at Muppet Vision 3D. It's clearly marked with large sandwich board signs to help guests find their way. The split check-in location seems to have impacted the length of these waits significantly. We really almost didn't wait at all. So good job, Disney, for adjusting on the fly there. After receiving feedback from guests that Disney should increase the value of this specially ticketed Jollywood Nights event, several rare characters have now been added to meet with guests during the event. We found Santa Duffy meeting at Mickey Shorts Theater. The rare character had a PhotoPass cast member there to capture your perfect moment with Duffy the Disney Bear. Duffy appears in a red Santa coat with white trim. The coat and the Santa hat that he's wearing both have large pom-pom accents. A small cluster of holly adorns his cap. Jake will like this one. Santa Stitch has been added to the event. You can see Santa Stitch kind of near the center of the park. Jiminy Cricket was meeting guests near Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Jiminy was meeting in his holiday finery. A PhotoPass cast member was on hand to capture those special moments with Jiminy Cricket. He alternates with Pinocchio in the same location. Mary Poppins and one of the waiter penguins were on Grand Avenue alternating with Snow White and Dopey in their holiday attire. Of course, we have an article and video for all those interested in seeing these holiday looks. A new report indicates that a previously proposed amendment that would have permitted Florida's regulators to conduct attraction inspections at major Florida theme parks, including primarily Walt Disney World, and eliminated their exemption from the state's ride safety rules, was theorized by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis himself as part of the long-standing fight he has going on with Disney. Seeking Rents with the writer Jason Garcia shared the news as part of their weekly newsletter on November 16th. Florida House Representatives member Lawrence McClure proposed that amendment that would have given state regulators power to conduct ride inspections at Florida's biggest theme parks and force them to abide by the same ride safety rules as smaller attractions. That was their words, not mine. In April, the proposal gained no traction and was quickly dropped. Garcia recently obtained documents that suggest the proposal, though proposed by McClure, was actually the idea of Ron DeSantis. Records show that an aide to DeSantis sent the precise language for the amendment to McClure's office just a few hours before it was filed. What would become the amendment proposal was reportedly not written to McClure in a body of an email. Rather, the specific language was allegedly highlighted on a physical sheet of paper and attached to an email in the form of a scanned document identified only by what appears to be an automated file name assigned to it by the scanner. Garcia notes that sending information in this method would prevent it from being traceable through a keyword search and connecting it to DeSantis. The reporter also notes that just a few days after the proposal and dismissal of this amendment, DeSantis stated his intentions to implement state inspections of Walt Disney World attractions and the monorail. Garcia notes that DeSantis later clarified that any potential legislation regarding state inspections at theme parks would only apply to parks situated within special districts, which presumably means he was just targeting Disney because Universal, though they are establishing a special district nearby, does not reside within a special district. The Walt Disney Company updated its lawsuit against DeSantis in May to include language that described the governor's, quote, recent legal decisions as, quote, retaliatory and unconstitutional in nature. A hearing date in which a judge will listen to arguments as to why Walt Disney Parks and Resorts' federal lawsuit against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District Board should be dismissed has been set. Judge Alan Windsor, a United States District Judge from the Northern District of Florida, has set a December 12, 2024 date for the hearing. Disney originally filed to sue DeSantis and the CFTOD board, citing, quote, a targeted campaign of government retaliation orchestrated at every step by Governor DeSantis as punishment for Disney's protected speech, end quote. The CFTOD board pushed back against this notion in their September motion to dismiss, stating Disney does not have a First Amendment right to its preferred governance structure for the district in which it is located. They say the First Amendment, quote, does not constrain Florida's decision to reconstitute state entities that exercise sovereign power. The Walt Disney Company then asked the judge to reject DeSantis' motion to dismiss. In their late October response to the filing, DeSantis long has and continues to claim immunity from the freedom of speech violations alleged. A lamppost fell over in the town square of Main Street, USA at Disneyland this morning, injuring at least 2 guests. Our reporter was on site shortly thereafter. We saw several cast members and emergency personnel on the scene. The lamppost, which has stage lighting rather than sort of themed lights that you would expect, was in a flower bed and fell towards the flagpole in the center of town square. An elderly woman was struck on the head as a lamppost fell and was taken away on a stretcher to receive treatment. She was reportedly conscious at the time. We also saw another guest with their head bandaged, but they had not been taken away and were sitting nearby on a bench. We don't know why the pole fell, but it's unusually windy today at Disneyland, so it may have been knocked over by the wind. High wind warnings are in effect throughout Southern California, with gusts up to 90 miles per hour reported in Santa Clarita. That said, we can't confirm the wind is the reason the post fell. Cast members were blocking the right entrance to Disneyland and that entire side of the plaza. They directed guests through the other entrance and around town square. As of now, they haven't had enough time to put up ropes or stanchions. Although we do know the light was just recently removed within the last few minutes, we expect we may see some more safety measures soon. In fact, our reporter, like I said, she wasn't there. She was just nearby when this happened. She had just checked in with us and said good morning from a very windy Disneyland. Minutes later, she walks into town square and saw this had happened. We currently believe the injuries were limited to just 2 guests, but this is a developing story, so we will keep our eyes peeled. On Friday at Disneyland, everyone gathered for a special birthday celebration for the Mickey and Minnie's 95th birthday cavalcade. This cavalcade went down Main Street, USA. The famous duo's birthday celebration is November 18th, and it was commemorated just like it is every year at Disney parks worldwide, in the original home of the 2 cartoon mice. Certainly no exception, so why not? Disneyland gave them a cavalcade. It began with a celebration having balloons and a large banner. Then there were characters, dancers, and a band, and all energizing the crowd, while Mickey and Minnie waved from a fire engine. Take a nice ride, you guys. You're 95. You deserve it, and congratulations. At the end of the parade route in front of the tram station, the pair received their final rendition of Happy Birthday, played by the Disneyland Band and led by the performers. And the Dapper Dans, of course, were there. The end of the song was met with cheering and confetti and streamer cannons stationed all around the area, showering the duo and the park guests with streamers and confetti. Congratulations, Mickey and Minnie. When Schmoozies at Disney California Adventure closed for refurbishment back in August, nobody expected it would be closed for over 3 months. In fact, the smoothie shop was supposed to have 2 new Halloween shakes available from September 8th through November 9th, but it never opened during the Halloween season. It finally has reopened just in time to serve up Christmas shakes. Schmoozies is located in Hollywoodland on the corner across from the Animation Academy. There have been no substantial changes to the location's exterior that we can tell. For the holiday season, they're offering the Dulce de Leche shake and cinnamon spiced chocolate shake, both for $9.79. The Dulce de Leche shake is returning from last year. Walt Disney Imagineering has released a video documenting their recent playtest involving roaming BD droids at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland Park. The playtest occurred on October 12th. Of course, we have a video of that here on our channel. And it brought freestanding roaming BD droids to the streets of Black Spire Outpost. The most commonly known BD droid is BD-1, Cal Kestis' companion in Jedi Fallen Order. That's a video game for those of you like me that never played it. Other BD droids have appeared in additional Star Wars material, including the Book of Boba Fett, and that's on Disney Plus, of course. The new video from Walt Disney Imagineering shows both footage of the playtest and behind-the-scenes clips that showcase the work that went into the development of these droids. Several Imagineers share insight throughout the short video, with Executive R&D Imagineer Joel Peavy stating the following about the purpose of the playtest. Quote, "We're playtesting our new legged walking character platform at Disney's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, walking them through the land to help us better understand what types of interactions really resonate with our guests, end quote. The video explores the development of the robots, providing footage from several phases of the construction process. The droids, as seen at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge on October 12th, can walk on their own and organically react to their surroundings. Disney Research Associate Lab Director Moritz Bacher spoke about the research that went into getting the droids to this point. Bacher shared that given the relative affordability and accessibility of 3D printing, droids can progress through the early concept phase of training to all the way to their final training in less than 1 year. He also noted that the technology developed to give the BD droids individuality is agnostic to the characters that Imagineering built, meaning it can be applied to robots of any size. Bacher stated that the sky's the limit for the technology. So that's good for mankind, right? Nothing could go wrong. An inflatable version of Lucky, aka the pizza dog from Hawkeye, has arrived at Avengers headquarters and Disney California Adventure there at Avengers campus to celebrate the holidays. Lucky was introduced in the Hawkeye comics in 2012. He was originally named Arrow and saved Clint Barton from his owner, a member of the tracksuit mafia, but he was severely injured in the process and lost use of his left eye. Clint got him to a veterinary hospital in time to save him and took him home, renaming him Lucky. Lucky also goes by the nickname Pizza Dog. That's how I know him, because he loves pizza just like me. The inflatable depicts the golden retriever wearing a red vest and holding a slice of pizza in his mouth. The inflatable sits on a platform on top of Avengers headquarters and Avengers campus. Additional Christmas decor is on the railings. A Hawkeye stunt show has been performed on Avengers headquarters for the past 2 holiday seasons. Disneyland Paris has released new concept art and details for the Disney Electrical Sky Parade, a drone show coming in 2024 as part of Symphony of Colors. The show will be inspired by the Main Street Electrical Parade, an iconic Disney Parks entertainment offering. Initial concept art for the new nighttime show was released in early October. Disneyland Paris indicated that the performance will showcase animated floats in the air as a nod to an iconic experience that once lit up the night. Upon announcing it earlier this year, it wasn't too hard to make that connection. It might be Main Street Electrical Parade. Disney Symphony of Colors is a new offering that will commence at Disneyland Paris on January 8th, 2024. Though some elements of Symphony of Colors, such as a new hub show and character costumes, will not debut until February 10th, the Disney Electrical Sky Parade will premiere alongside the rest of the offering in January. Disneyland Paris shared in a press release that the new show will combine synchronized drones, video projections, lights, and fountains across Sleeping Beauty Castle, transforming the sky into a palette of colors thanks to the vibrant illuminations above the castle. Roughly 500 drones will be utilized for the Disney Electrical Sky Parade, taking the shape of various icons of the Main Street Electrical Parade, including Mickey Mouse and his friend's dazzling train, Elliot the Adorable Dragon, and Cinderella's carriage. A remixed version of the parade's unforgettable electro-syntho-magnetic music will play during the show. The MTR, Disneyland Resort Line Train connecting Sunny Bay to Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, is now decorated in honor of World of Frozen, which opens in just a few days, actually opens today. Hong Kong Disneyland shared the videos of the train on their Instagram story the other day. The train's Mickey-shaped windows are decorated with decals of the Snowgies, tiny snowmen that debuted in Frozen Fever. The oval windows on the train's doors also feature Snowgie decals, along with the logos for World of Frozen and Hong Kong Disneyland Resort. There are also banners and advertising the World of Frozen at the train station. World of Frozen, like we said, it opens today, November 20th. Tom is there. If you want to look, he already has posted the video of the new ride, Frozen Ever After. That is basically a clone of the EPCOT version that is based on the Maelstrom. So you can go check it out. It's right here on our channel. A new collection of Disney Cruise Line merchandise featuring art by Chou is available across the fleet. We specifically saw the collection aboard the Disney Wish and the Disney Magic. The collection includes a Chou Disney Cruise Line art print for $55. The artwork depicts Captain Minnie and Sorcerer Mickey on a Disney Cruise Line ship. Next, there's a sketchbook ornament for $19.99. The stoneware ornament has the artwork on one side with a purple ribbon running through a hole in the top. We also found a sticky note folio for $26.99, a tumbler for $24.99, a postcard for $2.49, a photo frame for $22.99, a blanket, a throw I guess you could call it, for $44.99, and a tote for $34.99. We saw these on the Wish and Magic, like I said, but they are presumably being rolled out across the Disney Cruise Line fleet. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those that didn't make it onto today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Welcome to Deep in the Plus. Each week, join host Rob Whiteside as he and a panel of Disney superfans take a different movie or TV show from the Disney Plus catalog. They'll tell you its history, details, and give their review, so you'll know if it's worth your time. Current shows, classic movies, and everything in between. Watch Deep in the Plus live Wednesday nights at 9 Eastern for new episodes, or catch Deep in the Plus anytime on YouTube on WDWNT TV.